Hello.
Hello.
Thought you were doing the intro.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do it.
Okay, well, we're going to keep this in the recording. I am Wally515, also known as Blanton Bros, also known as Christian, and this is.
Blanchard Bros 3, also known as Super Luke 24, also known as Luke.
And we are playing Space Engineers Modded Survival.
But every time it's
with a
every second.
series called. No, it's not an every second something. Quit it.
Every second is a war.
No. Okay, sure. The series is called Sibling Rivalry. So it's me, Luke, and Awkward, who's going to join us later. And we are three brothers, and we have decided to load up a bunch of mods into Space Engineers, start and Earth drop pods, and basically have a war. So, and lots of mods. I will try to get a mod list into the description, but no promises. So, we also have Discord going on where we're going to hop back and forth between different channels where if they need help because I'm the more resident expert of the game, then of course they can hop on and ask me questions. But otherwise, they can kind of sit there and talk to their perspectives and whatnot. We're all going to be recording, so I think Awkward might try to stream at some point, but for the most part, we're all going to be recording. This is a server, a dedicated server that's set to pause whenever nobody's on, so we're just going to kind of go at it, and we'll be able to kind of schedule days where we'll be able to have all three of us fighting or different things like that. We'll also have surprise attacks and whatnot. I think one rule we're going to keep, just because we have a hard time with servers at the moment, the way servers work is if we're going to try to get chiropods going and we're going to try to get medical bays. I think what we're going to try to do is keep a medical bay in a really well-defended area. That being said, of course, if it gets destroyed, it gets destroyed, but we're going to try to not aim directly for the med bay so that the people can't respawn. Okay, guys, so we just swapped over to our own Discord channel now, so it's just us. I've got it set on Earth-like drop pod. You'll see that I like to play a lot of my ship driving in third person and a lot of the gameplay and a lot of the player in first person. So I did set this up so optimal distance was supposed to be like 20,000 or 20 kilometers away, so that should be plenty of distance there. We do spawn with tools and whatnot. Let's clear this up. So we used to have a mod called Scarce Resources, which made all of the ores. It made all of the ores basically scarce, but also put some of them up on different planets and whatnot. So I turned that off so we try to have some better stuff going on. I've played a little bit of survival, trying to just have like survival kit and whatnot, was starting with that, so I know kind of the general gist. Getting a survey of the land here. Let me actually grab the hydrogen tank over here. Getting a survey of the land. It looks like the best thing I'm gonna want is, oh, I hate that that's not connected on this thing. Okay, so it looks like what we're gonna want to do is, also progression is turned off. Those are turned on for us. I'd like to make a nice underground mountainside base combo, something maybe over there. Looks like I'm getting a weird, oh, there it goes, voxel glitch. I need to see where the ores are going to be at. Cobalt's going to be a main necessity for us to move. To process it, of course, we're going to have to build a basic refinery and assembler I found that one wind turbine can run the basic assembler or the basic refinery, but not both. So if we can ration our resources out a bit, then we should be pretty good there. The reason I'm running around here, for anybody that doesn't kind of know, the drill will kind of help us find the ores that are under the ground. So I'm going to try to figure out where some ores are and get them mapped out and whatnot. If y'all want to know kind of the mods and whatnot, I'm going to try to get a mod list down in the description, as I said earlier, but essentially we've got what should be Engineer's defense kit, which allows for a lot of player weapons. We also have, I forget the name of the mod, but it's got a lot of turrets and whatnot it adds for like anti-air guns and whatnot. I will also say that we have scripts enabled, so we can have custom scripts or workshop scripts. I like to try to write some of my own scripts. I've just recently kind of learned how to do so. Okay guys, sorry about that. I got a interruption there. So something you'll see right there, we do have cargo ships turned on. We have a mod called Modular Encounters running, along with a couple mods that run with it. We do not have assertive installations running. We used to, but we decided that it was kind of giving us a lot of issue in a multiplayer survival where we were cooperative, that we just decided it would be better off if we were not doing that. What I just hit? What just happened? I don't know what just hit me. Oh no. I'm lagging really bad, guys. Okay, there we go. What is going... Where's my backpack? Why is my body location over here? Just so y'all know, we have spawn with tools on, so we're just not gonna have them. I don't even know what I hit. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna off camera here try to get a little bit of these. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of these ores found if there's anything near me. It's kind of my hope is that there would be something nearby, considering scarce resources was turned off for this. I don't know what the rates are as far as how close the ores are supposed to be. Basically, my main focus is going to be cobalt and silver. Obviously, iron's a big concern as well, but as well as nickel, those being motors and whatnot. But grids are going to be... oh, I need to make sure I'm on a separate faction. We are gonna make sure that this is set to... yeah, that's good. I'm gonna send Luke a message real quick. Okay. Back to finding ores. We had the idea from watching a couple different series online, and we just decided that it might be a lot of fun to kind of go for it. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna grab some stone for the survival kit real quick. I hope this isn't too loud for you guys. try to fix it in recording, but for now it'll be it'll have to be, or in editing, but for now it's gonna have to be a bit much. What I just did there, I think easy inventory is on here. We have build vision, whatnot, so it'll make collecting resources and putting them in production a lot easier. Actually on this one though, I gotta go ahead and set up a lot of it. What am I gonna get if scarce resources? Okay, so it's still normal stuff. So I can get some iron and then nickel and silicon from that. What I need to worry about is the cobalt and silver, because and uranium. I almost forgot that uranium was even on Earth. On the other mod, it was up in the alien planet, so we didn't have that option. I really hope Luke got a better start than I did, because this is gonna be a bit difficult if there's no ores around, because I need to be able to move my base. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly sure how many people are gonna watch this. I normally don't do a lot of recording. The last videos I uploaded on this account were gonna be some like science projects from back when I was in junior high. At this point, there's not a lot of... I just am not a normal YouTuber. It's not my thing. I'm not like making a living off of this. So it's kind of just as a fun little hobby. Really, it's Luke's hobby, and he wanted to make a series and have each of us have a perspective, so figured I'd be nice, kind of do that. I'm kind of the technical one of the three of us, so I'm the one that kind of handles all the servers and runs them and whatnot. We use 0 tier to run all of our servers at the moment, because they're honestly a very nice oh, what did I get there? Iron, okay. Where'd it go? Where'd my mark? There it is. So yeah, we use 0 tier to run it. I've got it running on like a LAN server right now. Just mark where the iron is here. So hopefully there should be some other ores around here as well. But yeah, I like to, I run the servers and whatnot. 0 tier has kind of been really nice to us. We used to use Hamachi, but we ended up having some issues with connections and whatnot. But when we switched over to 0 tier, we didn't have any issues, so very thankful that they are a free service out there. We have this running on Torch as well. Torch is a very nice free server option if anybody wants some sort of tutorial out there. I mean, I know there's several, but if y'all want a tutorial from me, just kind of let me know and I'll make sure to get that done for you. It's actually not that difficult. We've got this is our second server. You can technically run multiple servers at the same time. We tried to do that at first, and I was having issues because I put a mod in here that was not working. Slime drill. Okay. Well, this will actually get me some resources, so I'm gonna harvest this. I know the batteries. I know you can't get the batteries, the power cells back from those, but it doesn't really worry me too much. I'm not going for the power cells right now. Parachute patch is useless. Let's see what we got in here. Yes, a better welder. I'm gonna leave the money there because I don't care about it. But I'm so glad to have a better welder. Yeah, there's a lot of extra decorative blocks and whatnot in here. Why did it not show up? I may have to search it. Anyways. Oh, no, they're all in here. Okay, cool. So yeah, these are all the weapons and whatnot we've got available. I'm gonna get my better welder. Yes, I've got carpet welder. I like the look of it. I've got the miner version of the grinder, and my drill is supposed to be the miner as well, but it likes to just revert back to basic. I need to grab the gun from the seat. I almost completely forgot about that. I'm just gonna basically try to grab as many useful materials out of this and then just kind of move on. I'm trying not to go too far from that respawn pod just because I'd like to be relatively close by if I can. Obviously, wars are a bit... No, that's just... So we do also have a mod that messes with the lighting. It does make a very dramatic lighting and whatnot with the shadows. It does get very dark at night, so you will see me using a lot of the... I will use the flashlight a lot, but you won't have a long range to it. So you will probably see a couple of deaths from just from me running into things. The whole point of this is just like to be a little fun, competitive thing. So I've got a couple of plans in the works. I won't kind of describe them just yet on account that the brothers may decide to get on YouTube and watch my perspective and see what my plans are. So I'm not going to disclose anything. I do know that, as you saw, the cargo ships were there before. Awkward likes to, in our co-op survival, he doesn't have the best anger management. He's got a bit of a temper. So when he gets frustrated that drones are attacking or his stuff's getting blown up, whatever, he kind of takes it out on any ship that's nearby, which works out really well for him because he ends up becoming really good at capturing those cargo ships. I think he actually caught a couple of the Serenities and whatnot in the past, which are some fairly decent warships. So I have a feeling that we're going to be dealing with a lot of issues from him in the future. When he joins, he'll just grab a couple of ships. I've got some plans to get around that, and I've got some plans to kind of handle Luke, but I will say he is a bit younger, has a bit harder time with these more technical games. I did go to school for engineering, so I do think I am an engineer. I think like engineers do. He tries to at times, and he's getting really good about it, but just because he's younger, he has a little bit of a harder time coming up with ideas and dealing with issues. Hold on, I'm gonna join his Discord real quick.
Gosh.
What's going on? I just joined your Discord. What'd you say?
Yeah, I know. I can only find iron.
Yeah, I just found iron as well, and I'm getting really worried here because we're supposed to be having other ores.
Yeah, I think you left on scarce resources.
No, I didn't. Like, I'm looking into it right now. Scarce resources still had ores next to each other. This does not have scarce resources at all.
Huh, weird.
So, yeah, I found iron as well, but I haven't found anything else. I was actually just kind of going through more of a description of what we were doing while I'm running around with my drill trying to find some stuff. It's quite possible that the ores are going to be fairly dispersed. They're not going to be in groups of 3, but this is to also allow us to not have the issue of, this will allow us to have uranium and silver and whatnot that we need in order to make things, because obviously we've got a survival kit, right, Luke? But
yeah.
But if we want to have like med bays and whatnot, we would need more silver to make medical components. And
yeah. Also, do we have a refinery?
Your survival kit is a refinery, so if you put some stone into it, you can then set it to make ingots. It'll only make iron, nickel, and silicon, though. If you want to make thrusters, you need cobalt, which means you need a basic refinery and a basic assembly.
Right. And those just take iron?
No, they'll take iron, nickel, and silicon. So, the component values are actually going to be when you go to build them, Luke. You can all the components you need for the basic stuff you can make with the survival kit.
Okay.
Did you make your own faction?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've got my faction. It made you have a 3-letter tag, so I just had it be CHR for me.
Nom.
Yours is Nom?
Nom.
Okay.
Wait, where do I put the stone? Top or bottom?
Top?
Of the survival kit.
Top?
Well, it doesn't...
You have to be in inventory mode, not production mode. You could also just look at the thing and press Alt right click to dump all items that can go into it, which would only be either ingots or stone.
So,
if you
how do I check if I'm not in production mode?
No. What I'm saying is that you make sure you're not on the production tab, that you're on the inventory tab.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Then it should go in the top, but if you want, get out of the inventory and just Alt right click onto the side of it, and it'll go in. Okay, what the heck? Did I just hit the... There's like invisible trees.
Weird.
I'm also getting the streaming thing, which means I was lagging a little bit. That's also what?
How far away were you from the strong signal?
52 kilometers.
Huh, so you're
how far
in the
were
opposite
you?
direction.
How far were you?
I was 30
Oh,
kilometers.
wow. Okay, so it did spawn us 20 kilometers away. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here literally just running with my drill out, trying to get locations of ores. We may have an issue. I'll do a little research onto if ores are something how the ores are spaced out.
I got the stone into the survival kit and it's not doing anything.
You then have to go into production and set it up.
Oh, okay, now I see it. There we go. We're getting gravel, iron, nickel, and silicon. Woo. Sweet. Now all I have to do is do this. Put it in there.
So something to keep in mind, Luke, is your respawn pod does have an ore detector. But mine...
Oh, it does?
It does, but if there's nothing around it, it's not going to pick anything up.
Oh.
And it will display it onto your antenna. So... I should turn my antenna off while I'm sitting here going around trying to find ores. Because I might accidentally run towards you. But I just need some ores. I found a nice little thing of iron, but I don't know where any other ores are.
Is it like a little bubble?
I don't know.
Popping out of the earth?
No. That would be a boulder, and those are nice, but...
Oh gosh, what did I just do? I accidentally set my ship on fire.
Did you mine your ship?
I may have accidentally.
Okay. When you do the alt-right click, you just click it once. You don't hold it.
Okay. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to repair this. I think I don't know how do I repair this.
Is the survival kit on fire?
I don't know.
Hold your welder out and look what is damaged.
I'm looking and I don't see anything.
Hover over the survival kit.
Oh, yeah, it is the survival kit.
Okay, if you don't have the materials, just because.
And I'm lagging.
Okay, listen to me.
Fuel low.
If you don't have the materials to fix it,
Fuel critical.
hit Alt F10. Oh. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Enable creative mode tools.
Yeah. Why are you the owner? Yeah. Enable creative mode tools just to fix it and then turn it back off.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This never happened.
That's like the only reason we will ever use the creative tools is if we're having issues with like spawning.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna be that mean.
Is it okay? I'm going into like. So I went into the control panel area, and it
Yeah.
says that my beacon is incomplete.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
The beacon's on the inside. It's not as important as your antenna. Your antenna is gonna give a lot more range. Beacons are short range versions of the normal. I can't. So ores are supposed to be on this planet.
Weird. All I found is like one pocket of iron.
Yeah, I found a pocket of iron as well. I'm gonna go over to it and I'm gonna see if there's anything nearby it. Because it was a decent way away from my ship. You just die?
Yeah.
Oh, I just died. Dang,
We both
tree
just
got
died.
me. Tree.
I hate trees.
Where's my body? There it is. Going
Like,
for
why
it.
is there even trees in the game?
For this purpose.
Like, you can't
Literally
even
for
get
the
wood.
Yeah, it's literally for the purpose of being in your way. So
I
it's,
hate this.
It's so to be Earth-like, you have to actually keep them in mind when you're doing things.
Teamtrees.org.
Also, for anybody that's about to ask me this, no, I am not going to take these tools that are there and break them down for resources.
What tools?
The respawn tools, when you respawn
Oh.
with new tools, I'm not going to sit there and break them down into...
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
just dumb.
Wait, if iron is here... Sometimes the ores spawn near each other, so keep that in mind. Oh yeah, I found nickel.
Oh, nice. So, good job. Yeah.
Let me know if you want me to hop back over to my own.
I mean, probably should.
Okay, you want to discuss your battle strategies?
No, I have none. I just want to survive.
Oh. I have battle strategies.
Already?
Yep. Okay, bye! Okay. So. We've got nickel, we've got iron. Let's see if we can't find some... let's see if there's another resource nearby. I'd really like to see something else here, especially cobalt. Because it's a big necessity in order to get us up and moving with Atmo thrusters. Yes! Oh. Anyways, view from current position, we're gonna set this as cobalt. And yes, I know there's scientific names for everything, I don't care. So I've got nice ores here, which is very good to have. Cobalt will help me get to where I need to go. I kind of want to run around and see if there's any other ores, just because if I can get some silver, I can really upgrade our stuff. Also, kind of what I was going to talk about before, we do have a little bit of, as far as I've heard, Space Engineers has the issue where when you're on a server, your player will lose its inventory when you disconnect. I heard that was an issue a while ago. I don't know if that ever got fixed, but just as a precaution, we still make sure we have chiropods, because if you get off while you're in a chiropod, you do not lose your inventory. You also essentially are off the server, and you don't have the issue where you're losing oxygen, energy, you're dying, etc. You'll have all your stuff. So I'd like to be able to make a chiropod, but I don't know if that's going to be something I'll get done by the end of the episode. What I'm going to do is while it's nighttime and whatnot, I'm going to try to mine a little bit of this cobalt here, and then bring it on back. I know I can't, I may not mine it yet, but I'll come to this marker here and drill the hole for stone, and then kind of go back, see what I can do. Okay. We also, if you haven't noticed, have a mod for our HUD. It's supposed to make it a very nice HUD and whatnot. Typically it does make noise when your inventory is full and whatnot, just kind of let you know. But it kind of helps me see all the gauges better, so I quite enjoy it. Basically, the 90% of our mods are going to come from the Rival Unlikely series from Splitsy. He had a mod pack set up, and I subscribed to that to get the majority of those mods in there. So the mods there you're going to see here. But we've also got some warlike mods. We took out some of the more difficult ones so that we could kind of get things taken care of. The reason that happened is it's telling me that it was full for components. I'm actually going to take the components back out here because that's not going to be a big issue. I'm going to try to get a cargo container on the back of this here. I like to stick one just on the back right there, get it up and running. This first episode, you'll probably see me doing a lot of stuff I've done before. Of course, y'all don't know what I've done before, but it'll be helpful. So you'll see here, I'm going to right-click, components added to build planner. I'm then going to middle click here. It'll try to pull anything that it's got. If it doesn't have it, it tells me that it couldn't get it. I'm going to shift and middle click. It puts the components into production. And then I can middle click to pull it out. So middle click pulls out, right clicks to save it to build planner, and shift middle click will actually grab stuff. So now all components are successful. I can now finish building. So now I've got inventory space. I can actually store stuff in here. Let me check on how things are going here. I'm just out of stone. I'm gonna go ahead and get a lot of stone cooked up. If anything happens interesting while I'm off, then I will kind of try to start recording again and let y'all see it. But beyond that, I'm gonna try to just get a whole bunch of resources going, and then or through the night, and then when it hits day again, I will start up recording and we'll try to get this thing out of here. If you see me doing anything that's just, you know, honestly, if you see me doing something that's not super
Inventory
efficient,
full.
don't sit there and complain to me. I will try to be more efficient about it, so I will take your advice, but I also do things my way at times, so I'm a bit stubborn. Also, let me know if mining on camera is too loud, so I can make sure not to do a lot of that on camera, things like that. Alright guys, just wanted to give a little update as to what's going on here. Apologies on that, I was just making sure I was actually recording. Little update, this is kind of what I was talking about. I'm got the basic assembler, basic refinery, I've got a windmill up there. Throwing the stone into a basic refinery is so much better than this, so I welded that up first with the windmill, and now I've got the basic assembler. I know it's not day yet. It looks like the sun's coming up over the horizon though. That gremlin's been in the sky. I'm not really worried. Those cargo ships, they really don't ever come after you too badly. They don't really send drones that much. The reason that Modular Encounters mod was in here is to allow for basically custom cargo ships and whatnot. So whatever cargo ships were in that Survival Unlikely series I was talking about before, they're in this one. So they are both harder and player designed all at the same time, so you do have to worry about a couple different aspects of it, but also there's a lot of form over function, so there might be some areas that are more exposed and whatnot, easier to hit. Definitely a good idea to, in the future, try to set up a way to attack them. And that being said, I've also got a script in here. It's a Izzy's inventory, so should be all good. I gotta figure out what's going on. Give me 1 second. What's going on?
So I put my bottle to refill it,
Yeah.
the hydrogen,
Yeah.
and it's now gone.
What do you mean it's now gone?
It just disappeared.
It's not. Okay. When you open up the O2H2 gen on your pod, if you click on the thing to show all the inventories on it, there is a small cargo container on the ship. You might check that.
It's not there.
It's not in anything?
It's not. It's nowhere to be found.
Okay. Do me one favor. Put all of your items into the seat, and then disconnect and reconnect from the server.
Okay.
And then, if it's still not available, then it may have been in your inventory as a ghost item to where, like, it wasn't actually there. Like, it was in your inventory the whole time, and in which case, if it's not showing up, we'll spawn you one in. I'll tell you how. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Technically, you can make one.
Well, I have to get the basic assembly up and running.
You don't need hydrogen to do that.
I mean, I kind of do, because I have like a little spot that I have like a ton of stone in.
You can.
I have a ton of stone.
If you dig it so it's like a ramp, then you can just walk up and down.
So, I already put all my stuff in, and then leave.
Get off the server and then get back on. And if your bottle is still not in any inventory, then we'll spawn you one in. But it might have been that it was like a ghost type item. Like it was acting up because you were lagging or something.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I'll wait for you to do that. Guys, for those of you wondering, the lag is sometimes due to just
Me not having a land. Cord.
yeah, he's on Wi-Fi. The the other two of us have Ethernet cords plugged in, so it's kind of the reason we're using 0 tier, as I was talking to y'all earlier, for Luke's viewers, we use 0 tier for our servers. The reason is that we've got a little shed in the backyard that we've converted into an apartment space for me. So that's kind of where I live, is kind of out here. And so I have, while I'm connected to the main router, I've got its own separate router. So it doesn't consider me on the same local network. So we just use 0 tier to kind of simulate that local network, and it tends to work pretty well. So is your hydrogen bottle anywhere?
It's still loading.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
What?
It says space engineers are grounded in applied science, and their work in research and development is instinct from the basic research focused of space scientists. Wikipedia 2077.
Space engineers using Wikipedia for their sources.
No, it's Wikipedia 2077. No.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, it's just like a little quote, because this game is supposed to take place in like the future.
Okay, it's not in my inventory.
Is it in the ship inventory anywhere?
Ah, yes, it's in the H2.
There you go.
HO.
If you ever
H2.
have issues where the items are doing that, then you have to get off and back on, because it'll actually put it where you want it to go. But the problem is that the game is just a little bit stupid when it lags out. So your client doesn't know anything about it, but the server does. So I will leave you to your things now.
Yay.
Alright guys, so sorry for that interruption. I had to help him with some lag issues. Finding some cobalt at the moment. Let me know if that's too loud again. I know the drill's quite loud, so I apologize for that. Let me get down to the cobalt and I'll get talking. Is this iron? Oh wow, this iron ore is... What? Oh, so the cobalt's under the iron. I didn't bust through the nickel. Okay, well that's good to know.
Inventory full.
In the time that I've played Space Engineers, I don't think I've ever seen ores under other ores. There we go. Now they're got to the iron. Or to the cobalt, I mean. That nice blue rock. I do need to get a little bit of it. I'm gonna drop all the iron first. Oh, I forgot that it does that. I need to stop making this.
Inventory full.
What I need to do is kind of drop it. Okay, well, it's just gonna be this way. Huh. I think there's only one little piece of cobalt there, so that's okay. I just wanted to kind of make sure I got a little bit of it to go ahead and get it started processing. I'm gonna fly out of the hole, get back. Ah, I see sunrise upon us. This looks like the alien planet when the sunrise happened. Not gonna lie. Or from what I've seen of it. I've never actually been on any other planet when I've played the game. I played it once back when it was like in the beta version, and it had the nice little spawn ship the yellow spawn ship thing. So I did that, but ever since they've added all the planets and whatnot, I've done Earth starts, and that's about all I've ever gotten is just on Earth. On our other thing, we just kind of got a ship, took off, and got onto an asteroid, but with the modular encounters and drones and whatnot, we've kind of been trying to be careful because those drones are fierce. So we were hoping to find some silver or something on an asteroid, and we haven't found much. So. But that was on that one. I know I keep talking about a series that y'all aren't able to see, so apologies there. Wow, we are getting a lot of cobalt out of the ore, or at least multiply-wise, so that's good to know. I didn't know that. Okay, well, as sun's coming up, I'm going to try to get a little bit more cobalt, and then I'm going to work on trying to get some upgrades on that ship so I can move. I would like to be over here a bit more. I'm not exactly sure where. I do like this ravine. It would be a very nice strategic point, as it means ships would have to be right on top of us in order to actually hit us, which means our turrets would have a great time. It also means missiles would have a easier time. In this series, basically, voxels are going to be my friend. I'm going to try to get base built into the world and whatnot, so that it's a nice, secure facility where I've got natural defenses, because I hate building in heavy armor because it's just so much resources. So that should be good for us there. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on tearing parts of this down. What I like to do on this, it's almost got a nice perfect shape for it, is just put a little cockpit here, take out the chair, put a cockpit in place of it. And that way we've got an actual seat that we can control. Okay, so that happens a lot. I don't care about it. You really only need one landing gear on every ship. Why it puts 4 on this landing pod, I guess, is just so that if we hit on one angle, then we're fine. But yeah, we don't need that, so we're not gonna worry about it. I also am going to tear this down because I've got a drill that does this, and I'm not gonna need much more at the moment. And I'm gonna tear down the antenna. I know a lot of y'all are gonna be like, no, you're not gonna find your pod. The nice thing is this survival
Energy
kit's
low.
got a, it basic, oh. Okay. Anyways, the survival kit tries to keep a beacon constantly moving for the GPS signal. I don't know how it does that, but it's nice. That cargo ship has been right around there for a while. So that's a very interesting thing to see. I wonder if that's somewhere near him or Luke. I wish I had kept track of where the strong unknown signal was, because he was in the direction. But anyways, once I get everything fixed up here, I'm going to tear all this down and stick it in the cargo container back here. I'm kind of thinking the gyro should sit right there. I'm going to go ahead and add a quick weld to you. I should probably not have done that because that held all this new place. Whoa, whoa. What is that? Is that what it sounds like? Oh, I know why. It's because they were fighting for power. I've only got the one thing there, and this is trying to refine the cobalt. Well, that was a very annoying sound. I know being in Atmo, you never really need any downward thrust. I'm gonna try to get away with that mindset on this one. Or I might change my mind on that. But normally, I try to keep some downward thrust on all of my Atmo ships because I always like to fly a little erratically. Have that option too. So I need steel plates for this one. Let me come in here and just queue up like 10 steel plates. I know it's not running very fast now. Let's see here what we got. We got a nice bit of cobalt. I'm gonna put the iron in for a second here because I'm gonna need it for that. Let's throw the iron in that in there. So now I got a little bit more iron. Strange. Okay. Anyways, nope, not that way. I want a couple of these. Really don't need much more, but I'm gonna do it. I typically don't fly a lot sideways, so I'm gonna only just do 1 and 1 for now. Eventually, one of these days, I'll figure out how the rotation works on those. We need reverse thrusts. Get up a nice base, I like to pipe everything together. That's just kind of how I do things, so you'll see me trying to just pipe everything together. I know it's not necessary, a lot of things will have just connections, but I like to have some redundancies, especially if we're going to be going into battle. So, grab those. Let's see about, so we've got reverse, might need a little more reverse. I do not figure out speed limits. So, we've got sideways thrust. The only thing we would really need is downward thrust. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think I might try to get, well, no, this should be good, because it's a lot of resources. So let's work on getting the forward thrust, because I can at least try to, you know, fly this thing as is. I tried it one time on a survival series just with the 4 thrusters in that cockpit, and it was a doozy, let me tell you. I'm not very good at that, but I'd at least like to have some thrust. So the build planer can hold up to, I think it's 7 blocks. I don't like to push it. So let's do that. Let's actually come to this one. That'll allow this one to produce what's needed. I need nickel. I don't have enough nickel. Hopefully that's gonna be enough. Golly, that noise sucks. That one. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy I can get out once all this is done. Also, guys, you ever are curious, no, I have no idea what the weight ratios are on any of this. I am literally just kind of going as I do, like just going at stuff. So if for some reason it seems like, you know, I'm not really working things out, I'm not. I add stuff as necessary is kind of how I play this game here. If I need more thrust, I give it more thrust. If I need more power, I give it more batteries or reactors. One thing that is important, and I'm going to do on these ships, I'm going to have some backup power, so the reactors, if they get hit, are not going to, like, it's not going to ruin me. Definitely gonna need to do some more mining and whatnot. Let's go ahead and turn this on, let it process some more cobalt while I'm mining here. Actually, because I've got the refinery, why don't I just go straight for it? Also, I kind of just noticed it. I've said it before, I'm not really a big normal YouTuber. I don't do this on a normal basis, so I'm also not a guy that really enjoys the spotlight. So oh, what is this? What boulder is this? Why did I not notice this? I've got a silicon boulder. That's cool. Anyways, I'm not big on like being in the spotlight and whatnot, so I've never been the best so I'm not very good at like talking during all of this. So apologies in advance if there's long periods of me being quiet. The other deal is that I don't want to just like cut every set time I'm quiet out, because like I am still doing stuff, and it gives y'all a chance to kind of see what I'm doing, but also see what's around me. But yeah, if y'all want to ever, like, I know I said otherwise a second ago, but sorry about that. But if y'all ever, like, have the info of, like, here's the weight ratios and all of this stuff, like, if y'all ever want to, like, give me that information, anybody that's ever watching, by all means, give me that information. I'd love to, you know, be able to actually do that kind of stuff. Do it correctly. And if y'all, like, if y'all could give a big help to, like, whatnot as things are going on, and awkward, some of them, they either may take your help or they may not. The way I like to do things is match the number of forward to the number of backwards and the number of side to side. I know technically I should match all the side to side and forward to back, so that way I can stop no matter what direction I'm moving, but I don't really care. I kind of also am a big aesthetics kind of guy. I like to make things look nice and try to make it both functional and nice form, but I'm an engineer. I'm not an artist, guys. So if something looks ugly or if I'm just not painting it very well, let me know. I will say that technically we In our other thing, we tried to keep a specific color scheme per player of what we were building, our ships and whatnot. I believe Awkward's was the cow pattern, but it was like blue, like dark blue. Luke's was a rust light blue, and I liked the red disco, or however it was called. It was like a disco party or whatever. Why can I not draw 3 modes? Why are you allowed to admit? I guess I didn't get it though. No, I've got it. Okay. Finish your last couple of modes. Okay. Looks like I'm getting it. What's the battery on this thing? I know I've drained quite a bit. Okay, we're still good. Let's grab stuff and let's get out of here. This is why I like the 5. Oh gosh, 5-time inventory. Oh gosh.
Full.
Oh gosh. No, don't delete my ores. I think it deleted my cobalt. No. Oh, it's right here.
Inventory full.
Get some weird visual glitch, I guess. And expecting that. You also notice I'm not very. I'm kind of clumsy. At times, I don't kind of keep everything in mind. I'm blonde, so. All right. Let's go ahead. I like to do this where grab you. I can spell it. Nice. Let's make sure they're all showing terminal on. Block Atmo thrusters. Just because I like to then have thrusters on and off here. I do know that this that to make sure they're all on. Now, if I just lock, yeah. Oh, I can't actually think. I was about to either do like Indiana Jones or like Star Wars, but I can't really make a lot of those on YouTube, can I? Because, you know, copyright. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay. So if I ever get a chance, I'm gonna want to put more sideways thrust on this. Definitely something I want to do. I forgot I actually do a lot of that. So if our markers are there, that yeah. Okay, so if our markers are there for our mining, we will want to be a little bit away from it, so then we're not. Do I want it that mountain, or do I want like down here? Do I want this? Oh, that's where I want. I want to be in the base of that there. I want to have like I want this to have like a hangar door on it. There. Ooh, boy, this is nice. I've got plans. I've got plans. Let it be known that I do have a plan. What I am going to try to do is, first off, try to stop a bit. And then, how close am I to this wall? real close. Okay. Now what I want to do is, just for the time being, I should probably turn myself around. Do this. Oh, that was a bit much. And then I want to angle myself downward. Oh, man, this is why having downward thrust is really good. On auto lock. I can actually do it. Okay, cool. Turn the thrusters off. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so sweet. Okay. I'm gonna drop my stuff into the cockpit here. And I'm gonna pretty well. Oh, one more thing I need to do. These drop pods set these lights blink, and they are so annoying. I'm gonna turn the blink intervals off, and then I'm gonna come up and just turn it on. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode's going to be expanding the space. I might do a little drill work off camera. Put in some kind of platform in there, and then I'll kind of get to work on building the refinery up again, building the assembler, trying to get it to be more of a home. And then I will work on some other stuff. I know this might seem like it's not far enough away from the top, but that seems like a pretty good distance there. I'm about to run out of hydrogen because I took my bottle out of my suit. So, all that being said, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.